Welcome to Films and Stuff with your hosts, Pete Mitchell and Ethan Hunt.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Films and Stuff. I am Ethan. I am joined by Pete. Pete, what's up?
Can I just first say, bow, 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 episode 200, baby?
All right, 200 episodes in the can.
Congratulations, Ethan. We did it.
Congratulations, dude. Please give us a like or a thumbs up for that. We'd appreciate it.
Please. But in the meantime, let me give you a quick recap on our rules.
Hold on. It is the weekly stream or skip episode. And now, Pete, you're up. Give an update of the rules.
The rules are as follows. Good call. I'm sorry. I'm so excited. I have drinks in my hand, celebrating. I'm not even paying attention. Ethan has provided a list of TV shows he'd like me to watch. I have provided him the same. We randomly assign each other one show every week. We watch at least 2 episodes of said show. And on that basis, we determine, is this show worthy of being streamed or skipped?
Yes. And we should count up who's had the most must subscribes this year. I think we both had about like 5 or 6, huh? Most recently, we had Hijack on Apple TV Plus, which I think was assigned to me, and I loved it. And I got you involved, and you loved it. So that's a mutual must subscribe. I think we've both had about like 4 or 5 this year, though, right?
You've had 7.
Whoa.
The Big Door Prize on Apple TV Plus.
That's right.
Shantaram on Apple TV Plus.
That's right.
The Diplomat on Netflix.
That's right.
5 Days at Memorial on Apple TV Plus.
That's right.
I'm sensing a pattern here. Rabbit Hole on Paramount Plus.
Oh, yeah.
And then Hijack was your last one on Apple TV Plus just 2 weeks ago. No, last week. I, on the other hand, have had 5 must-subscribes this year.
Ooh.
I had Dope Sick on Hulu.
That's
I had
right.
Liaison on Apple TV.
I agree.
The Diplomat on Netflix, we shared that.
Okay.
Fakes/Fuzzy on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
And Silo on Apple TV.
Oh, man. Okay. So do we continue the trend this week? What did you have?
Spoiler alert, we do not.
Oh.
I had Keep Breathing on Netflix.
Oh, okay. I had something on Netflix as well.
You did?
That's right. You did have Keep Breathing because I decided to double check your work. No disrespect intended.
None taken. Did you agree?
I think I came to the same conclusion. You wanna summarize?
This is going to be a short one. So it's a 6-episode miniseries that is ostensibly about a plane crash that happens in Canada. The premise is that a lawyer from the big city, I think it's New York, maybe it's Chicago, it's relatively unclear, or at least I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
Hitches a ride to a small town in the middle of nowhere in Canada. And because her plane is canceled due to bad weather, instead of just waiting, she decides to hitch a ride with a pair of people who are flying like a Cessna.
Yeah.
And they happen to be like photographers for the National Geographic.
Allegedly.
Of course, as you'd expect, 30 minutes into the show, the plane crashes because of bad weather. Surprise, surprise. And the plane lands in a lake. The pilot drowns in the lake, and the co-pilot makes it out with the lead character. They make it through the night. And then as this is happening, as most shows like this are wont to do, the show itself is interspersed with flashbacks of the lawyer's past, because it's a mystery to us, the viewers, why she has to go to this random town in the middle of nowhere, Canada. And so she's done that without telling anyone at work and kind of just dropped everything and run off. So uncharacteristic, this typical mystery trope.
Do you find out why?
Not through 2 episodes, because spoiler alert, Halfway through the first, I was so done with the show. I wanted to
really?
skip it immediately. And then, of
Wow.
course, I couldn't do that to you. I couldn't do that to this channel.
To our listeners.
I just couldn't do it. I had to watch the second episode. I watched the second episode, and the moments the credits rolled, I quickly hit the thumbs down button on Netflix, and then I removed it from my queue. I was just done with it.
You've erased it.
Oh, it was awful. The flashbacks are about the lawyer's past love life and her romantic life. She's got some kind of trouble there. We learn in the first episode that the co-pilot who claimed to be a photographer Nat Geo is actually not a co-pilot. So we also learn that when some of the lawyer's belongings are starting to drift back onto the shore from the lake, we see a picture of a sonogram. And then, of course, we're led to believe that she's pregnant. She swims out into the middle of the lake to see if she can salvage a radio from the plane. She swims down. She grabs bags. What does she find in the bags? Bags full of cash. And, of course, what does she do with that cash? She lights it on fire to start a fire. It's only 6 episodes. I didn't find the show engaging whatsoever. There was nothing about it that was intriguing. Yellow Jackets had a similar premise, but at least that had a very interesting hook, and it got me from the first or second episodes in. I was in, you know. This, I just couldn't care less. Like, I honestly couldn't be bothered. It's a skip. I didn't even bother reading more about it. I'm not interested. As far as I'm concerned, this is a do not waste your time.
So I don't know why, but because I've seen this come up on my feed on Netflix endlessly, really. And if you look at the cover art, it looks like there's a plane like underwater, right? So I kind of thought that this was something about someone who's like trapped underwater. I don't know. So I did also watch 2 episodes, not because I don't trust you, Pete. Of course, I trust your judgment. I think we're always aligned, but I just wanted to check it out. A few observations, even though I totally agree with your ultimate conclusion. Number 1, of all the shows I think I've ever watched about a lawyer, having practiced law myself in a law firm, this was the most realistic depiction of what a lawyer's office and work life was.
Okay.
I have to say, don't watch Suits. I sincerely thought this was a very realistic depiction of what an office was like. So that got some brownie points in my book. I fully agree with you that her past and the flashbacks are as dull and unremarkable as possible. The dude that she's kind of has an office romance with seems like an IT guy. Absolutely doesn't seem like a lawyer, absolutely doesn't seem like her type, even though they play it off as this kind of like opposites attract. He's so mellow and chill, and she's so uptight and weird. Don't buy any chemistry there. And then post-plane crash, to be honest, it's a little bit lonely. With Yellow Jackets, you saw that there's like a little bit more like drama and interaction. It's really hard to have a show where it's only one person, because either they're talking to themselves or it's entirely based on flashbacks. It's just dull to watch someone try to start a fire, try to find shelter, try to walk, try to blah, blah, blah. It would have been more interesting if she would have stayed with like one of the pilots would have survived and those two kind of had to work together. And there's like some obviously distrust because one of them is clearly a criminal. I thought that would have added something to this, but I agree with you. It is definitely a skip. The only 2 redeeming qualities are 1, law office depictions are realistic, which is not a reason to watch a show. And 2, I have to say, like, she's quite fetching in my eyes. That's it, but I totally agree. Don't waste your time. Skip this show.
Just awful. But enough about that. What about you? How was
Florida Man?
Also on Netflix.
Well, let me give you a little bit of background about Florida Man. This is actually a Jason Bateman production.
What?
I don't know if you know. Oh, yeah. Apparently, after Arrested Development came back, and after the success of Ozark, Jason Bateman's or his production company had like a deal with Netflix to create content. So he's not in the show at all, but apparently it's his company that produced this. And that's number one interesting fact. Number two interesting fact, Florida Man refers to this, I guess, meme phenomena where there's all these like news stories and they're like, a Florida man was swallowed alive by a python, or a Florida man died in a porta potty, or a Florida man was found, blah, blah, blah. It's apparently named after that, not necessarily like this dude. Okay, enough on the background. The show stars Edgar Ramirez, who we've seen in some stuff before, but he's never really had like, I guess, a breakthrough. He was in Gold. He was Bodie in Point Break, which I thought was great. Apparently he was in Domino, which is very old, but I love that show. He was in the 355. Remember, we did this as one of our first few.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. He is extremely solid. He 100% deserves to be the lead in a show like this. I'll give you the premise. The premise is that he is an ex-cop, of course. He's got gambling problems, of course. Drinking problems, of course. And he works for like a small-time mob boss in Philadelphia. He's kind of like the fixer, the guy who does stuff for him, right? So the boss himself is the son of a bigger crime boss. And I have to say, this is not a bad trope. The son is, as you'd expect with kind of like all these kind of like young gangsters, he's a little bit stupid.
Irresponsible.
He's got kind of money, but not really any taste. His dad doesn't give him a lot of responsibility. His dad doesn't give him a lot of respect. He's trying to create his own name. You know the trope, right?
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
he plays this, I have to say, pretty good. So the younger boss, the guy who employs Edgar Ramirez, his name is Mike, who employs Mike. He's got this sexy girlfriend. Sexy girlfriend just leaves him. Okay. And he says to Mike, okay, Mike, go find my girlfriend. And apparently the girlfriend has gone to Florida. Florida is the home state of Mike. So Mike's kind of like, well, I know Florida really well. I'll go find her. I'll bring her back. He goes to Florida. And of course, it's adventure after adventure. His dad is there. They've got a weird relationship. His sister is there. They've got a weird relationship. His ex-wife is there. They've got a weird relationship. He finds the mobster's girlfriend who's chasing some type of gold coins that may be in like some Spanish ship that sank off the coast of Florida. There's a lot of drama, antics, so forth. It's just all very irrelevant.
Okay.
I don't know how to. Sometimes a problem is so complicated that it's hard to like break down the problems. It's just all wrong. I don't know why the show got it wrong, because it doesn't really have to be wrong. I think Ramirez is actually pretty good as a lead. I think the lady who plays the girlfriend is actually not so bad. I think the dude's father in Florida is fine. I don't really have a problem with the casting. I just have a problem with the whole show just feels so irrelevant. They're just very small time shenanigans and dramas and problems. It doesn't really feel like there's anything that matters in this show. It's not unfunny, but it's not funny. It's not too actiony, but there's some action. It just doesn't really have like that one hook that grabs you. You know, like Ozark has a thing, like there's a running theme. And that theme, I think, for Ozark, like really grabbed me, right? The family has to launder money to save their lives against the cartel. And then there's all these micro dramas. Here, everything just feels very irrelevant. Is Mike going to find the mobster's girlfriend or not? To be honest, it doesn't really matter. Like, I mean, we're not really worried about his gambling debts. We're not really worried about anything here. To cut to the chase, Florida Man is a skip. The fact that Jason Bateman was attached to it gave me a lot of false hope. Edgar Ramirez, honestly, I think he's great. He plays this character very, very well. I really do believe he's a little bit vulnerable. He's a little bit pathetic. He's a little bit tough, though. Like, he plays that mixture of like an ex-cop gambling problem, drinking problem, kind of got a good heart somewhere underneath everything. He plays that character very well. Like, he's a very, very believable, physically and acting wise guy in that role. It's just that nothing really matters in this show. So it's a skip. It was supposed to be 8 episodes. It's only 7. We're really having shrinkage here, right? I mean, we've seen Secret Invasion, I think, is 6. This is 7. I mean, it took us a while to get used to like 10, then 8. Pretty soon we're going to get to 1, and that's called a movie. So, I mean, there's just not enough here, to be honest, to be emotionally invested in. If you're up at 1 in the morning, you absolutely cannot sleep, and you watch this, it will not really totally waste your time, but you will definitely not be like, oh, I've got to stay up and watch the next one. You can easily put this down at the end of an episode, in the middle of the episode. It's just not sticky drama, which I feel very, very disloyal saying about a Jason Bateman production.
That's a real shame.
That's
a disappointment, actually.
Yeah. That's that on Florida Man. That's that about Keep Breathing. So Netflix has gotten a double thumbs down, a big ass fail for this week. Where do we go from here, my friend?
Well, let's hope we can make it up for next week. And I think you'll be good because you're going to be on Apple TV and you're watching The Last Thing He Told Me.
With Jamie Lannister.
That's right. And I think Jennifer Garner. I will be on Netflix again watching a show called The Outer Banks.
Oh, North Carolina.
It's shown up on my recommendation feed quite a few times, but I haven't actually seen it, so I don't know anything about it.
Can I tell you what my high-level impression is?
Yeah, please.
Do you remember that there was a show called The OC?
Yeah.
Which was kind of like beautiful high school students doing all sorts of things that are not realistic for like 18-year-olds. I understand OBX is the opposite coast, and it's 18-year-olds who live in Wilmington, North Carolina on the beach who get into all sorts of shenanigans that 18-year-olds should not be getting into.
So Outer Banks is a real place?
Yeah, Outer Banks is like by Wilmington, North Carolina, like where the Wright brothers did their test flights, Kitty Hawk, all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's called the Outer Banks. And the airport code is OBX.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. I have to say, I've never been there. But what I understand is that it's a very chill beach community. It's not like ultra, ultra wealthy. It's just kind of like a chill kind of beachy vibe there. So a lot of people just go to relax, rent a house on the beach, veg and stuff like that.
Am I hearing you right? Are you suggesting a Films and Stuff podcast road trip?
I am indeed. So, yep, that's what I understand Outer Banks is about, but I've never seen it. I don't know anything about the cast or the characters, but I think it's multiple seasons, so it must have like some type of following.
Okay, well, I'll find out and report back to you same time next week.
Same time next week, episode 201. But sincerely, dude, 200 is really a big thing. I'm really happy that we did this together. Films and Stuff is pumping out content. We got some really dedicated listeners and followers. Let's keep that going. Everyone, if you like what we're doing, let us know and please pass it along to your friends. The more followers, the more people we've got following us, the more content we can pump out, the more special features we can do. We're here to serve.
That's right. That's absolutely right. So in that vein, if you'd like to reach out to us, if you've got a show, if you just want to say hi, and if you want to congratulate us on hitting 200, reach out to us. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and obviously leave a comment below. You can tweet at us at FNS Podcast. You can DM us on Instagram at Films and Stuff Podcast. Or you can email us aloha@filmsandstuffpodcast.com.
Okay, listeners. Okay, Pete. Thank you for this episode of Films and Stuff. We will see you next week.
Thanks, Ethan.
Bye now.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Films and Stuff. If you haven't already, please subscribe and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever podcasts are downloaded. Films and Stuff. There is no substitute.